heads of delegations, Secretary General of COMESA, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like, on behalf of my delegation, and then my own behalf, thank sincerely our brother, the President Ruto, that we are calling Amadabako in Comoros, as well as the government of Kenya, for the welcome that has been accorded to us in this beautiful country, and for everything they've done to make our stay beautiful and guarantee the success of the summit. I also salute the role played by our brother in the fight against climate change and for the promotion of inclusive and sustainable development in Africa. Nairobi, and Nairobi is not only an African capital, a modern and dynamic capital, but also a symbolic place where the initiatives that are being put in place that are going to create the future of our dear continent. So I take this opportunity to congratulate sincerely to you, my dear brother, President Ruto, that from today you're becoming the chair of COMESA, and I wish you success in the pursuit of this noble mission in the service of our region. I also address my congratulations to the outgoing president, my dear brother Deepen, for the remarkable work that he has accomplished during his mandate, his engagement, and his leadership that have contributed to the consolidation of our organization. I also salute the remarkable work that has been accomplished by the COMESA Secretary General and their commitment towards regional integration. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable delegates, the theme of this 24th summit that brings us together is on digitization, so that we can deepen regional value chains and so that we have sustainable development and inclusive development, with a common will to make our region sustainable development and prosperity and stability. So the choice of this theme is very prudent, given that digitization is today the engine behind modern economies and transforming the way in which we're producing, we trade, teach, and heal. And it is a factor of inclusion, given that the access to digital tools is helping our youth, women, and diaspora to be able to access markets and create value where the traditional structures did not provide these kind of opportunities. So we have good understanding that digital transformation is a very important means to our emergence, and we are reclaiming this in commerce. So with the arrival of the submarine cable, we have succeeded in Comoros to reduce the fragmentation, the digital fragmentation, and we're going to continue to work in this direction to improve and have the 4G network in the coming days. So we have as well developed solutions for mobile payments that are linked to banks and telecommunications operators, and this has improved financial inclusion, especially for those in the rural areas and for youth and women. We are experimenting as well with platforms for teaching, online teaching, and encourage the youth and startups to create solutions, local solutions, adapted to our reality and context. Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond this modest experience of my country, Comoros, allow me to also give an example of some important points. And I think it's very, very necessary to connect our countries amongst themselves through reliable networks that are secure, so that we also reduce the cost of internet that is going to favor innovation and strengthen our sovereignty in as far as these digital platforms are concerned. And we should be able to promote local innovation as well as ensure that our continents have the possibility of allowing young people to invent solutions in fintech and digital health and artificial intelligence, among others, and align this digitalization of strategic sectors while ensuring that this digitalization is supporting the transformation of value chains in agriculture, energy, and trade. And that is what is going to help us improve trade and materialize things that are happening at the customs and accelerate the AFC tier. So through health, we're going to reduce inequalities and provide different services to our dear population. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear that stability of countries and digital transformation cannot succeed without this digital aspect. And I'd like to therefore express the support of my country, though, initiatives of COMESA in favor for peace and mediation and prevention of conflicts. I believe that we should be able to integrate cybersecurity as a very essential dimension for peace and sovereignty, because there is also what you may call cyber war, and we should be able to prepare collectively to deal with it when this comes up. And I also like to say that in this summit we should be able to adopt concrete recommendations that are going to accelerate regional integration, so that we can ensure that COMESA has becomes a model for integration in Africa. To conclude my speech, I call on our partners, especially the EU, to dialogue with COMESA and create a partnership, a win-win partnership, especially that takes into consideration the African priorities. And I call my brother African countries to be work in solidarity and defend the integrity and sovereignty of our countries. We can remind ourselves that your brother country, Comoros, has not been able to find its sovereignty because being an island, because the fourth island of Mayotte is still, unfortunately, administered and occupied by colonial powers, that is the French state. So, the integrity this aspect should be also considered by the African Union, so that we can ensure that digitization becomes a tool of digital solidarity and shared development. I thank you very much once again for listening to me.